Thank you for joining us at the Cricket Wireless 2020-21 SWAC Men's Basketball Virtual Media Day. I'm James Verrett, your host, and we're joined now by the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Lions head coach, Mr. George Ivory, in his 23rd season in the state of Arkansas.
All right, we're joined now by the Dean of Coaches in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, head coach of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Coach George Ivory. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great today. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How has life changed for you and your team under the new COVID-19 protocols?
It's been an adjustment. No spring workout, no summer workouts, and the guys had to do it on their own. And so I think that's been the biggest thing. But I was very pleased with these young men to continue to get their academic work during this process of the COVID. They did a great job, so I'm very happy with that.
Last year was not necessarily the best year for the Lions. How difficult was it to tread through that season, and what did you learn about your team?
Well, last year was very difficult, but you lose a lot of key guys on your team to injuries. We had to make it work, and I thought the guys that replaced those guys did the best they could, for what we had. And I was, one disappointed we had a bad losing season, but we had one of the best academic years in a long time with that group. So, it worked both ways, and I just think that this year will be a lot different.
As far as your players coming back that you did lose to injury, how many do you have, and which one are you going to be leaning on to help carry this team?
Okay, last year we lost Sean Dawes, who was preseason first team all SWAC last year. We lost Robert Boyd. Both of them had a broken bone in their foot. And we ended up losing Nicholas Jones right at the beginning of the SWAC season with infection in his foot. So all of them will be back this year, and we're looking for Dawes to be a very good, very big asset to our program this year.
So, and you're also providing extra protection for everyone's feet.
Yes, sir.
Statistically, it looks like you were in a lot of games, but it seems as though in the waning moments, things would fall apart for this squad. How much have you talked to you guys about finishing games, and how do these added pieces help you finish ball games and get more victories?
Well, like I said, with Dawes coming back and some of the new guys we got coming in, those guys probably would have the ball in their hand going down the stretch of most ball games, and that should help us a lot. And like I said, I'm just happy to have those guys that finished the season for us last year to try to get it done. But with guys like Dawes coming back, I think it'll help a lot of that last minute situations.
When you look at your team statistically, what stat can we look at that will give us indication that this team is better outside of obvious wins and losses?
But one thing you're gonna look at is always gonna be our defense. When you look at our defense, we're gonna be playing some great defense, and I think you'll see our scoring up a whole lot now with this year's team.
Okay. When we go step off the court, how important is it for your players to vote? And how much have you talked about the social justice initiatives that have been spreading across the country?
Well, one thing we did with the voting situation, we set it up throughout the whole athletic department. We was gonna do it first just with the men's basketball team, and then I said, well, everybody need to really get involved in this voting situation, and we set it up with the whole athletic department. We think it's good for the kids to get involved in the voting asset to understand what's going on within the country. A lot of time when I was younger, we didn't really get involved in a lot of the stuff that was going on in the country. And I thought that there would be something good for our whole athletic department to do. And for social injustice, I just tell the young men, they have to make choices that's good for them as well, because I feel like all lives matter, and I think that I just tell them to make sure they make great decisions on things they do.
I hear you. You're the Dean of College Coaches in the SWAC for men's basketball. How do you look at the ledger of coaches? Have you seen the coaching quality improve over the past few years that you've been a part of the SWAC?
Yes, sir. It's some great coaches in this league. I think from 1 to 10, and now you said 12 with FAMU and Bethune-Cookman coming in. I think you're gonna see some great coaches. I think challenging for the championship gonna be a lot of teams this year. And I just think that that's the only thing that you look at when you said measuring coaches. You got to look at the athletes you have and coach them as well. But I think we got a great group of coaches in the SWAC.
When you look at what it will take for Pine Bluff to hoist that trophy in March, what are the keys to your team turning things around and being a force in the league?
Well, one thing I look at areas of improvement is 3-point shooting. Our scoring must go up, and I think our defense will continue to get better.
All right, Coach. Thank you so very much. All right, we're joined now by Marion, Arkansas native Sean Dawes. First of all, how is your foot?
My foot is healed very well. Like I took probably like 3 months after my healing process to actually start back getting into the groove. So I pretty much feel like it's healed up all the way up, and I got cleared to play, so I'm good to go.
Have you ever been a part of a team that had so many foot injuries?
Definitely, definitely not.
I hear you. Talk about the off season with all the COVID-19 protocols. How difficult was it for you to continue to rehab?
I mean, the good thing about my rehab was COVID hit after I healed all the way up. But like getting back into the game, I had troubles getting into the gym, but I basically tried to get it in any way possible. In the front yard, garage, any type of way I could get it.
What was the strangest place you had to go and work out?
Definitely a garage.
Did you keep it down, the door down, so you have more heat? What did you do?
Let the garage up because it was pretty hot in the summertime.
Okay. When you look at your game, did you have to start from scratch due to your foot injury, or were you looking at film and figuring out what it is that you had to work on first in order to get yourself back up to speed?
But just recently, I was looking at film trying to figure out where I could start back off. But my game overall, I feel like I could polish up on every aspect of my game. Like there's no way a basketball player could be perfect. Like I always feel there's room for improvement.
When you look at last year's team, how difficult was it for you to sit on the side and watch your team go through the season that they went through?
It was very difficult. Like I feel like I felt more pain than them to watch my team lose most of the games, but it's definitely gonna be a change of that this year.
When you look at this year's squad, can you see you being a better defensive team, better offensive team, or is it just overall going to be elevated because you have so many guys coming back?
Well, like Coach said, defense, we're going to be very good. We always focus on defense first. Offense, I feel like our offense is going to pick up because we got some key guys coming back and some of the new guys can help us as well.
Well, we thank you so very much for your time. Good luck to you,
Thank you.
and have a great season.
You too.